y'all. Welcome back to another episode of Small Talk. You already know, two queens, two perspectives, one topic. However, tonight we have a special guest, a media personality, another queen with us. And I'm just going to have her introduce herself and we'll get started.
Hey, everybody. It's your girl, Mother Chocolate of Lit Beyond DMV, the podcast/talk show. I've been featured at different podcast parties. I've hosted events and been on other people's shows. So I am so excited to be here.
We are so excited to have you. So, Britt, what are we talking about tonight?
Tonight, we are going back to the basics. Tonight, we are talking about the basic needs of a partner in a relationship. So, to kick it off, I'm going to start off with a question because it came in. We were chit-chatting. Honestly, we were chit-chatting, and we were talking about how, like, the necessities of a partner and what they, how everybody's talking about, oh, what you bring to the table. No, what are the basics? Right. What are the essentials, right, that you can bring to the table? So I'm going to ask the both of you, kick it off with a question. What are the basic standards of a man or woman, however you swing, when it comes to dating? Anybody?
Or me?
I'll let you go. You the guest.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, so this is gonna sound really bad, but I can explain.
Okay.
One of my essentials is coming from a two-parent home. Ooh. So men of single mothers, to me, no shade at all, but I feel like it's true. Have you ever heard where people say, people who have watched their mother like struggle their whole life feel like that is normal and, will embrace that when it's their partner. Like, you need to be that ride or die, go through the mud, like just really suffering. But I feel like someone from a two-parent home is more or has been exposed to more of that teamwork and togetherness and seeing what balance actually looks like. So for me, I can't. Single mom, sons, I can't. Then of course, like a car, like you got to be able to take care of yourself. Well, maybe it depends on where you live. Maybe a car isn't so necessary, but you're able to, maneuver on your own. You're not that person that's like always looking for a ride or, now you're borrowing my car when I'm at work. Like nobody, like at our big age, is that what we really want? Like, you just want someone that's really self-sufficient. I wouldn't judge someone that still lives with their parents if they are like on a plan. You have savings, like I know I can visibly see without a doubt or extra explanation that you are on a plan for your own roof over your head. But then there are families where, they pass down homes. So it might be multiple generations in the home. I don't know if that's for me, but I can respect it. What's another essential? Hygiene.
Oh, yes.
Amen.
Hygiene. There's people out here who think they can play basketball and then just go out and it's not giving that, So I want someone that really, people with shortcuts, I feel like are more, I don't know, like they have more of a routine. Like it's important to them to always have that shape up, always maintain their cut. Like they more so maintain other things. Whereas not saying someone with dreads or something would not, because you absolutely would, but it's just, I've noticed a different routine when okay, I have to groom myself every week or every 2 weeks. Like, it's just a little different. So hygiene, some type of routine, nice
So
skin.
if they didn't, are they getting the X at the door, or would you allow them an opportunity to get past phase one of the talking phase? Like, are you cutting them off rip if you notice bad hygiene, if you notice they don't have a car or they don't have a house or don't have a plan?
Yeah, like let's just nip this in the bud because um we're just gonna invite problems. Like I'm gonna get even more attracted to you, or I might see pieces of your personality that reel me in when all of these red flags that I know are going to irritate my soul 6 months from now. But now we have this soul tie because we've had this amazing sex, and I want you to stay in my life, even if you smell and you need to borrow my car.
God, no.
You know what I
Yes. I hear you. What about you, Adrian? What are we talking about?
First of
mean?
all, that was good. That was that was very good. And so something that I never actually thought about. I mean, I've thought about it, but I never thought to put it on like my essential list though, was coming from a 2-parent home.
Mhm.
Yes.
Because the more I think about it, I'm like, yeah, that is exactly how I feel, but I've never
Yeah,
actually like verbalized that, I guess,
yeah,
because I definitely do think that there's a difference,
yeah,
for sure. I don't think I've ever met any male that's come from like a single mom that hasn't talked about the struggles that she's had,
exactly.
and like in that whole experience. Like a lot of times it's like, well, she did what she had to do. I mean,
Right.
I had to step up, I had to do this, and then it's like that feels like there was some trauma there.
Exactly,
That
exactly.
you have unresolved things. Now you think you got to be in charge of everything, and now you feel like, wait a minute, give me a second.
Right,
So
right.
I definitely do agree with that. I think for me, um, what's essential for me is like they need to have they need to know God. Like,
Yeah.
because I'm such a spiritual person, I don't need you asking me why am I going to church on Sunday,
Yeah,
Mhm.
because that's a part of my life. Like for me, I think there's certain things that I don't want to have to explain, that I just want you to get it.
yeah,
So for me, that's an essential. Um, they have they have to have a job, like a job with benefits. That's
Mhm.
how I feel about it. Like, I'm cool with whatever type of job you want to do for you, because whatever passion you have, but I need to know that there are benefits that come along with that. So like if you're telling me you're a rapper, what benefits come with that?
mm.
Like what type of medical insurance are we getting with that?
Mm.
None,
Okay,
didn't think
so
so.
what if they're a rapper
Uh-huh.
and they have health insurance through the state?
Girl, no.
Maybe I should have been okay. Maybe, let me say it like this. Let me say this. Whoa. I want them to have like private insurance. Let me clarify. Private insurance, 401k matching,
Right,
preferable. You know
right,
what I mean?
right.
These are the things.
Yeah.
The
These
401k is so important, and it really says a lot about a person. Like I just left a job of
Mhm,
9 years and it was in the retirement industry,
mhm.
and
Yeah.
it really changed. Like now I'm like, do you have a 401k?
Mhm.
Like, are you saving for your future? It can help even in your life right now. Like people just have no idea. So someone who's educated on that, oh my gosh, it's
Yeah,
like
like for me,
you're adulting.
Yeah,
I'm like
exactly.
for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, like actually for real.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that would be for me. As far as I agree with what you said about the transportation bit too, because living in Miami, I never thought about it like this, but like living in Miami, I realized that for a lot of people, like let's say if you're living in Brickell, for instance, which is like more like it's a city, so like you don't
Mhm.
you don't need your car necessarily.
Right.
If you're living there, you work there, so I get that. But you just have to have your own means. You have to know how to get
Yes.
around without needing me. I don't
Yes.
need you to need me for your transportation.
Mhm.
Um, the other basic, yeah, How do I feel at this age? Because I was going to say something about roommates.
Nope.
Um,
Nope.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I feel, but I would actually prefer for them to have a roommate, right? Than them living with their parents.
Yeah, yeah,
Just because for me, I then know, because if you tell me you have a roommate, then I know that you're still contributing to that house in some way, some fashion.
yeah,
Because you could be living at home with your mom, and your mom was like, "No, that's my baby," and like not making you pay for anything. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
now I'm like, where are your sense of responsibilities?
yeah.
Like what? Like who's cleaning the house? Because if you have
Is
a
your mom
roommate,
doing your
that you see what
laundry?
I'm saying? Like, but if you have a roommate, then that's on you to do. So for
Yeah.
me, preferable, you have your own place.
Yes,
But if it is one of those like, all right, I'm on a year plan. Because another thing is, if you have a plan, I need to know the timeline of that plan.
yes,
Because you can't just have a plan and it's like, if it happens, it happens. Like I'm working towards it. Because what is that, a
right.
5-year plan? Because that's ridiculous to me. At our grown age. So yeah, but those. Oh, actually, and for me too, because I'm so into like fitness and health and things like that, I need someone that does some type of physical activity.
Yeah,
Um, like even if it's not like it doesn't matter what it is, but for me, I need somebody that is like active. Um,
Can you be chubby and active?
hmm,
Chubby people are active, right?
what?
can he be chubby and active?
Can he be chubby and active? Can
Yeah,
he be? Can he be? Because for me,
maybe, maybe. So, because I just need you to clarify if he needs to be fit. Like if
yeah,
it's healthy and fit, that's one thing. But
yeah.
you can be healthy and chubby and active.
No, that is true. That is true. Uh, you know what? And I would say this. I would say this to get your foot in the door. To get your foot in the door. Yeah, be as healthy as you can be. Be as healthy as you can be, because the thing. But to be real though, I think the thing with having like somebody that is chubby, right? I've dated chubby people before. And
Mhm.
I realize that my concern though is, what are the other health issues that are happening? Because there are a lot of times that just based on, because they could be healthy, but just based on their weight,
Yes,
there's still other health concerns that come with
Yeah.
that. You know what I'm saying? So especially like things like heart disease, just because there's so much fat around the heart, right? Um,
The
I
girl.
mean, that's what it is. I'm not calling them fat. I'm saying that that's what it is. It's not muscle around the heart. So in that instance, but that's what I'm saying. That's y'all don't
no,
stop it.
honestly,
But
because
it's true.
who wants to be a caretaker at a young age?
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
want us to enjoy our life, go on trips, have fun with our children, be able to keep up with them, not, well, your dad. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to do that in my 40s.
Right.
Mhm.
I
So
I
that's
I
a
definitely
big point.
I definitely agree with that. But they definitely can. They can be like they can be on the heavier side and healthy, but
Yeah.
I would just know that there would be other concerns there too. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, so those are the those are the basics for me.
Y'all check my boxes. The only thing that I would add to for me, let me talk about myself, is I an essential is a man that wears the pants. I think we're living in a world today where women try to overpower or not let a man be a man. Yo, I need a man.
Yeah.
That passive aggressive BS, y'all could have it because I don't
Right.
want it. I need the man to take the initiative. I need a man to low-key kind of tell me what to do sometimes. Not all the time, don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
But I need you to be a man where you need to be a man at. For me, that is an essential. If I can run all over you, or if you don't take on some sort of leadership type role, provider type manliness in my life, there's a door. I can't,
Yeah.
I can't. Two women in a relationship for me does not work. So you might as well just pack your bags and go, because I can't. What can you do for me at this point?
Yeah.
Um, other than that, I think you guys pretty much check the boxes. I think a house is very important. I don't really care if you're staying with mom or a friend, as long as you have a plan, Asia. But like you said, like how long is that plan? Not
Mhm.
about to stay in there for X amount of time. And then of course a job. Or with the job too, it's not even about monetary things. It's about one, um more so of can you be a provider, right? So like if you're doing something and your savings account is thick, where I know that if I need to rely on something, because I'm always going to bring what I need to bring to this relationship, right? And help financially where I could. But I also need to know that me and my family are safe in your hands. Like you can provide and sustain this family as well as just as much as I can do the same if something were to happen. I don't need you out here on the struggle bus or depending on me to get 7 jobs to take care of this family.
Yeah.
Like, nah,
Yeah.
I ain't
Right.
doing it. That's it for me. Those are my essentials. Check those boxes.
First of all, y'all, I'm cracking up because the way that I'm thinking, they gonna eat us up with these comments. Me talking about fat around the heart, and Britt talking about 2 women in a relationship,
Exactly.
But it's so true.
right?
It's so true.
It
But the
is.
way you said it, fat around the, it was just too funny.
Because that's what it is. Okay, so we already kind of talked about like our second question, which is just like dating a man that still lives at home with his mom, right? But like, what does that plan? Because we kind of all talked about, okay, as long as he has a plan. For y'all, what does the plan need to include? What is it specifically that y'all would be looking for to be like, all right, okay, he could stay at home with his mom right now. What would y'all need from that plan?
Maybe a monetary goal. Like once I get to 50K, I can do A, B, and C. Or I've been talking to realtors, I've been looking at homes. I just haven't found something that I like. I got approved for a mortgage. So now I just need to finish the process. Just, it can't be lax. It
Mhm.
cannot be, well, I mean, I got it sweet here, or, I I'm stacking my money. My mother don't pay attention to what I'm doing, so why leave? Like, no.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
No, your plan got your plan just simply has to be getting out.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know what that looks like for you, but you need to get out because it's not even about living with your mom because there's certain conditions where you do have to be home. Like, what if your mom is sick and you're the only child and you have to take care of
Right.
her? Obviously, stay home. You know what I'm saying? Or just your mother just simply needs help in a capacity that only you can provide for that. I have to then understand that. But you are a mama's boy because the longer you stay home, the more you become a mama's boy. The
yes.
lady done birth you, right? She already done raised you. And then when you start dating people, mom got to be all up in your mix. When we come back to your place and you want to Netflix and chill, nigga, excuse my, I'm not Netflix and chilling in your mama's house. I'm just
Yeah.
not doing that for her to
Right.
pop the popcorn sitting in between us. Like that's
Not on
just
Brenda's couch. No, I won't.
exactly. That's too much for me. So I just
Yeah.
feel like if it's like that, if your mom is able to do on her own and she's just kind of holding on to you because she ain't got no man and you're kind of playing son and man in her life, nope, gotta go. I
Yeah.
won't even give you the time of day.
Mm-hmm.
Won't happen.
That's that single mom stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Right.
A two-parent household, the father, is a big role in that. What is your plan?
that's
What are
true.
you doing? You're not about to keep bringing girls where your mother lays her head at. You
Yep.
need to be, making a way. I don't want to be crossing paths with you after you just had sex or, like it's too much. And then is your room upstairs? Like, how far away are we from your mom? Do I
Right.
have to take it back to, my late teens, early 20s, trying to be quiet? Like, I'm not trying to do that every weekend.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Facts. I'm so mad at you. I just, playing memories back. Like, yo,
Yes.
I'm not doing this at this age. Like,
We're not going back. Not going back to that. Okay. Yeah, I need to know your credits, all right. Because because I'm realizing like that's a lot because I also need it's like, are you just trying to get your mom to like co-sign on something? Like because you need her to? Like
Yeah.
what's really going on? Or are you just working on your credit right now?
Yeah.
Because that's like another, to get a better, a better place or a better car or whatever the case may be. So I'm
But where
yeah,
did the work start? Are
Mhm.
you trying to make a 600, a 700, or are you trying to fight for your life
right.
through 3 to 400? You know what I mean? Like it's
Wild.
because you're not about to prey on my social security number.
Absolutely not.
So where can I insert myself in your journey? I really at this age do not want to be a part of someone's financial journey, mental journey, emotional journey. Like, people aren't perfect, but the hardcore trauma, I can't.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
can't. It's a lot. And you're not about to break. Like, I have 2 daughters now. Like, I don't have time to be broken. I'm so
Mhm.
sorry.
I agree. I
I like
100.
that.
And so many people, and I'm happy that it's happening this way now, but so many people are realizing that they do need to do the self work before they get into a relationship,
Mm,
which is
Yeah.
great. But one thing that I 100% agree with you that you said is don't bring me along that journey with you if I've already been working on me first,
Yes.
right? Like if
yeah.
we're going to work on each other together as a team, that's one thing. But if you got a lot
Right.
of self work to do, don't the baggage, just don't hand it off to me because
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
Yeah.
doing that with you. I'm not doing it.
Yeah. I think I'm at the place it's like I want to be a teammate. I'm not trying to be a coach.
Yes.
Like,
Sis, perfect. That is, you said it perfectly.
yeah.
Mhm,
We're
mhm.
not doing that. Like not like we're just not. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
So
No.
with that, it's literally a segue into one of the next questions, which is how much are we willing to teach a man? Because I hear all of us saying like, nope, not doing it, not doing it. But how far are you willing to really go? Because we all know that a lot of common sense things for us are not so common for
Yeah.
a man, right? So how much are y'all willing to teach a man? And about what really? Like how far are you willing to go?
Yeah. I would say working on communication would be a normal
Mhm.
relationship, a part of a normal relationship journey, because not everyone communicates the same. Like you're going to have to um kind of find your balance and see how you maneuver each other,
Mhm.
for your message to be received and understood. Like, not just talking, like, I want you to feel me and hear what I'm saying. So I'm willing to work on that. And I'm willing to work on sexual things because every cootie cat is different. So
Yeah.
what your ex liked is not going to apply to me. And I feel like that is normal. Like you've never been with a me. So um, I'm willing to coach a little on that. I mean, you gotta have the basics, of course, but
Yeah.
the specific things, yes, I can coach on that. Um, I am willing to help with skincare. Like, like hygiene things that you are just like, oh, I didn't know what toner was. I didn't know I could double cleanse. Like, yes, let me help you. Like,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know, I didn't know that I could get pedicures as a man. Like, I can help you polish what you already have going on. I can make your house a home. Like you can have a coffee table and not a fold out dinner thingy, like I can do stuff like that, but like basic human things, your mom and your therapist, that's more their lane. I can't get into that.
Not their late. I do agree with that though. I think that there are certain things like the way that, especially we talk about like love languages and like all that kind
Mhm.
of stuff. I think teaching someone how to love you,
Yeah,
I like that's something I'm willing to do. Like I still want to see them be romantic, right? And what they can bring to the table. But then
right.
there are other things that like they might not have been used to
Exactly.
someone that has my personality or that needs a certain, the things that I need. I think that kind of goes along with like the communication piece. So sometimes like, because for me, going back to the common sense thing, like, so for me, I'm like, certain things, I'm like, yeah, if I do this, then you should just do this, like, duh. And then
Right.
I had to learn, like, oh snap, like, we are two completely different people, two
Yes.
very different backgrounds, very different relationship experiences. Okay, got it, right?
Yeah.
Because that's something that I would want him to teach me too. Like I realize that me being from Jersey, that I can sometimes like come off as like aggressive,
Yes.
right? And like rah rah. I
Mhm.
say it's just a Northeast thing, and I'll keep it as that. But then I realized I had to learn, and I had to teach him, right? Like no, I'm not always being mean to you. Like I
Don't
do
hurt his
love you. You know what I'm
feelings.
saying? Like I love you, man. Like I think at one point I said, I just want to kiss you in the mouth. And he was like, why did you have to say it like that? And I'm like, dang. So when I say that, but teaching him like, and it's
Yeah.
okay for him to be that way with me sometimes too. You know what I'm saying? Because that's something that I like. Britt, to your point, I don't want somebody that's like too like, I don't know. I don't want to feel like it's like, okay, girl time. Like I don't want to feel that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I want to be a little rough, you know?
Yeah.
So I think my crazy self. I think some of these things, I think just teaching him, like being able to teach him how to love me in the
Yeah.
way that works for me, but still leaving room for the way that he wants to love me, still having room for that too.
Right.
Um, but I definitely agree with the communication piece. I definitely agree with the sexual things.
Mhm.
I think everybody should be teaching everybody
Yeah.
what pleasure is like for them.
Yeah.
I just think that's okay. That's all right. Let's all have a
Yeah.
pleasurable experience, right? Over time things. But yeah, so that's what I think for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I agree with everything. I just for me it's more I'm not teaching a man how to think outside the box. I think when I was dating my husband before we got married, he's very different than I am. And I will say that I love Asia that you talked about love languages because we are totally opposite. Like, yo, nigga, come on. What you doing? I'm
Right.
not teaching you that. Know that, right? But then I had to understand, like, oh, okay, hold on. He feeds more into this when I do this, right? So that's just about understanding each other. But I think it boils down to like not teaching them too much, like thinking outside of the box. If we both know that we need to spend quality time together just to make a relationship thrive, I don't think that has anything to do with love languages at all. Some people require more quality time, like that's what they enjoy, but quality time is a necessity in a relationship to begin with, right?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I'm not teaching you to find the quality time to spend with me. I'm not teaching you to figure out a date night. I'm not teaching you those things. Those things should be automatically thought about in your brain. But also for me too, right? Like if I see too much time has gone by, I'm not gonna put all the weight on him. For me too,
Right.
I can cater to some of
Right.
those things, but I'm not gonna teach anybody to think outside of the box of what I feel like is norm or what most think is normal to do, like spending quality time together.
Yeah.
Right.
Another nugget that I heard both of you say was communication. I think that's absolutely key. But teaching a man how to communicate effectively is definitely something, and it obviously ties into personality. Some people hold things in, some people blah, 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 they blurt out
Yeah.
at the Some people. So that's one of those things that you do have to learn. Um, y'all, I'm a little on the fence about sex, and I'll tell you why. I'm gonna teach you what I like, right? I expect you to tell me what you like, what you don't like. Sex is very important. That conversation in itself is very important. But what I'm not ever doing in my life, back when I was a single female in my prime, the experience that I had where I had to walk through a situation, I ain't never doing that. Well, I can't do it again. But I would never do that again.
Yeah.
Right? Because I just feel like there's basics for everything. Back to the basics. There's basic knowledge for everything. If you don't know how to do the basics,
Yeah.
that's we're not even making it. I'm not telling you what I like because you don't even know where's the whole, like, you don't even know how to do certain things. And that's a little alarming to me.
Yeah.
Like, you need to stop. I know y'all have had some bad experiences before where it's just like, yo, this is not teachable at all. This was just terrible.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at with it. I certain things, I just feel like that first impression goes a long way with me when it comes to that. And in my mind, I'm debating on whether I'm gonna be able to teach you or we just gonna call it what it is and never do this again.
No, seriously. It's just so, and then it's like, you kind of want someone who's experienced, but not so much a hoe, where it's like you said, you have to know the essentials. Like, I was rewatching Insecure when Issa had just broken up with Lawrence and she was trying to like experience new people, and the awkwardness, I'm like, oh my God, like, I can't believe this really happens to adults. Like, why don't you know? Or it was cringe. It was cringe. So I would never want that for myself in real life.
But in that same example with Insecure, she went back to Daniel. It was Daniel, right? That was his name? Was it Daniel, the ex-boyfriend?
Yes.
She went back to something she was familiar and comfortable with, that knows her body, right? Like, that knew how to make her do certain things. Sis was like hooked all over again. It was like, they didn't even break up.
Right.
I don't know if they got to the point where they had to teach each other, but those are the type of experiences where you're willing to say like, oh yeah, that was A1, do that right there, do that all the time. You didn't even got anything else to do that right there. So I think it's worth a conversation for real.
Yeah.
So what do y'all do though? Like, it's like, okay, cool. Like, we can maybe coach him on some stuff or like coach him for sure. But like, what does that look like? So let's say like, first time, it's like, all right, let's see what you got, right? Let's just see where your natural talent lies. And let's say they do something that you don't like. And you're just like, what's that? Do you tell them that? Like, do you say, don't do that again? Or do you just say like, well, what do y'all do? What would y'all do? What happens in that situation?
I mean, okay, so
this is about to be good, y'all. This is good.
No, for me, when I was younger, I would just fight through. Like, it's not bad, it's not bad, it's not bad. And just, I would feel like I was emasculating, the man by saying, I didn't quite like that, do it like this. It just felt weird for me. And then as I was getting older, I was seeing my body could not do that. Like, I would literally squirm or like move weird, or just, I'm not making any noises. So you're not getting feedback. So you can tell that I don't like it. And then, I just feel like I've reached an age where it's just like, okay, don't do that. Remember what you did like 30 seconds ago, do that. But this, no, like, because it's like, well, why are you, I had a situation like that with my boyfriend. Like, I don't know. This is probably TMI, but whatever. He must have been like watching porn or something and try something new. And it was like, whoa, don't do that. Like, it feels, when you do that, it feels like this. And he was like, all right, cool. Like, say less. And it never happened again. But in that moment, I was thinking to myself too, like, oh my God, do I tell them that I hate this? Like, but I had to, like, I love you. And I don't want you to think that this is something good or okay, because it's not. So, instead of putting you through not getting the feedback that you want, I can just tell you to stop.
Okay. I think it depends on the relationship and where you are. I feel like I will provide you with a redemption round, if you will. If we are in a relationship, it was one time for our first time and you were nervous, or we were, whatever the situation was, okay, cool, you get a redemption round. After that, if it's still not hitting like it's supposed to, I'm I don't feel like I've ever explained to, and maybe this is really bad and I should really reconsider. Well, I can't. I'm talking past. Like I'm good now.
Well, your husband might try something new that you don't like.
There you go. There you go. I hope he's listening. I hope he's listening. Don't try nothing new. Nothing. I just feel like I've never been in a position where I've had to, or I've had the courage, if that's the right word, to tell a man like that was whack. That was terrible.
Yeah.
I just cut you off. I legit just stopped talking to you and tell you like, oh, this isn't gonna work out for X reason. But I've never been the one to go to a man and be like, yo, that was whack. If I'm in a relationship with that person, I don't like hearing people.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not that there yet, I guess.
And it is really hurtful. And you could really put someone's sexual confidence way down when it doesn't work for you. But it could be 10 other women who love it. So it's like, I'll just remove myself.
Yeah.
Do your thing. I just can't do it with you.
Just not with me.
In that same sentence, I think it's fair, and I think a lot of people will agree with the fact that we do need to be more vocal about certain things, because just like there's 10 other women that may like that, there might be 10 more women that he may meet that won't, right? That we could encourage that experience, like, yo, if you're doing this, you need to slow down, because this is normally how women kind of like this situation to pan out, and we can help them. But I just haven't brought myself to kind of something like that yet.
I do agree with that, like that last bit especially, but just because I feel like I've heard so many women and it's like, yo, like, why did he think that he was it? Like, that's not it. And in my mind, I'm like, it's because no woman.
Yeah.
He thinks that he's it because every woman has faked an orgasm.
Yes.
All of them. All of them have.
Yeah.
Just to get through. So in his mind, he's like, oh yeah, everybody likes it. And then even if a woman's like doesn't talk to him ever again, in his mind he'll just chug it. He still got it. So he's like, I'll just chug it up to that's just what it was. I still got some. She was good. I was good. So like just going.
I ain't never get no complaint.
I never get, and that's the problem. We need to start a little comments box or something, because at this point, like, somebody should have helped you along the way.
Yes.
Right? Like, for real. Like, that's just how I feel, because there's too many. Sorry for all the brothers watching this, but I feel like it's too many men that think too highly of themselves when it comes to that. I just really do. But to y'all's point, those that are listening that have not clicked off by now, but I think it's because like not enough women are speaking up about it though, and I think I think because sometimes women I don't think that we're always taught that sex is supposed to be a pleasurable experience for us too.
Yes.
It seems more of like a responsibility to please your man, not necessarily that it's supposed to be, both of us are supposed to be experiencing pleasure. And I think that's why like you had like this whole journey of like, okay, I'm gonna just sit here, and it's because this is really this is how I keep him around, or this is how I keep him happy. And I feel like as we've gotten older, it's like, wait a minute, hold up. this is, I'm supposed to experience pleasure from this too, or this is a part of what intimacy is, you know, if it is somebody that you're going to be dating. But to your point, are just around like the different types of relationships that you have with a person. Because I think like I'm the I was the type that was like, I'm on the way out, I'm giving you all the feedback, like all of it. Like I'm letting you know on the way out. You know what I'm saying? Like in the moment, in the moment, I'm more of like a, oh, I like when you do this. I'm one of those, like, I put a lot of praise towards what I do like, because for me, it's like, okay, it's positive reinforcement. So they'll just keep doing the thing that I like. Right. But if I do decide, like, you know, if it's somebody that I'm like, I'm not going to stick around, I'm definitely one of those, hey, just to let you know, just saying, I'm going to go. I am leaving, but just for the next one, you probably shouldn't do this. You should really work on that. It's not, no, that part didn't work for me. And you didn't listen. I didn't make noises. I didn't do anything, and you still did it. That's not going to work for this one. So I think for me, I think I was different in that way, where I was very, because I did get to a point, I guess I did have that journey of like, wait a minute, this is supposed to be a pleasurable experience. You know what I mean? And so and I got practice first being on like Tinder. Not actually meeting up with people, but like even the whole process of like, you know, swiping through and like, and I was like, wait a minute, I'm not gonna prove myself to you. Like it's supposed to be, we're doing this both together. So when I would let them know, hey, this is not gonna work, I decided, hey, just for the next one, because I really am leaving, because you're not for me. Here's some feedback though. Here's some feedback. Sometimes they accepted it and sometimes they did not like it. But for me, I was leaving anyway. Like it's not my problem anymore. Take with it what you want. But
that's good. That was good. That's definitely a upcoming topic on small talk. Rejection. Facing rejection.
Oh
what is
that?
But here's the thing, but don't tell me I did something you ain't like though. Look, but don't tell me. Don't tell what you mean you ain't like that. what you mean I ain't do that
never
right?
have to experience this ever again in life. And I'm gonna do it with the next nigga. Like
you can get nothing.
You're lucky you experienced this. Are you out of your mind?
Dang, we gotta do better, y'all. That ain't right. That ain't
it's
right.
Really not. It's really
reality.
Not. Yeah.
That ain't right. That ain't right.
But I feel like that also may be tied into like fighting maybe for like your sexual freedom, because like you said, we're conditioned to just take what we get. You know, if it hurts, you're like, I'm like, you know, when it's like, nigga, I wasn't even ready, and you fucking try to spit shine me and stick your stuff when it's not good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh my God. But you're my boyfriend. So yeah, I'm having the time of my life. It's great. No, it's not okay.
It's really not.
Exactly. Like, what's wrong, baby? Oh, nothing. Like, I'm good. No. So when I hear even like, when I even think about my own sexual journey, when I started, I'm like, you stupid little girl. Like, you had no idea up from down. And you just really thought you were out here. I mean, retrospect is 2020, but it's like, I can't even believe that was okay for me. And I didn't speak up. Like, if I were to be given that now, I'll be like, I think you should go.
Yeah. But in all of it, I feel like we all learned what we like and what we don't like based on our experiences, right? So if we didn't go through some of those bad moments, we wouldn't know that we did not like this. Or if we didn't experience different things, we wouldn't know what we liked and what we could tell our partner what to do and what not to do. So it's all a learning curve. So I am thankful for the little girl that you mentioned, right? Because I was her too, being dumb out here just taking whatever or doing whatever. And not necessarily putting myself first in certain moments. But again, as an adult, as I got older, it's like, okay, this this is my expectation of my needs and desires and wants in a bedroom. So check this
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
That's good, y'all. That's real good. So before we close out, Mother, can you please tell our listeners where they can find you, where they can see you? Let them know.
Absolutely. You can follow me at Mother Chocolate on Instagram. I do also have a budding, and budding is in all caps, bold. Okay. A budding YouTube channel, meaning I only have one post on there, but it's coming. It's coming. I'm going to be bringing my podcast back this year. So really the best place is to keep up with me on Instagram, and then, you'll be able to follow the journey. So yeah. Maybe I'll be back here. I love this show. You guys are just so like free and just real. I love it.
So happy to have you. So happy.
Yes. We're so happy to have you. And this has been another episode of Small Talk. You already know, 3 queens, 3 perspectives, 1 topic. We will see you on the next episode. Bye.